Story 1 of 7. Saudi Arabia ends LIV Golf funding, threatening tour's future and player contracts. Saudi Arabia ends LIV Golf funding, threatening tour's future and player contracts. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, PIF, will cease funding LIV Golf after the 2026 season, confirmed in statements and articles from April 30, 2026. Yasir Al-Rumayyan, PIF governor and LIV's founding backer, is no longer listed as LIV's chairman and has stepped back from a key role in the tour's future. LIV Golf has spent approximately $5 billion, £3.7 billion, since its launch in 2022, with $1 billion used to lure top players away from the PGA Tour. Cameron Smith, an Australian golfer and LIV player, has been told by LIV officials that the league will continue beyond 2026 in a multi-partner format, though details remain unclear. LIV Golf announced a new independent board led by Gene Davis and John Zinman, replacing Al-Rumayyan, to seek long-term investors and sponsors. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian states LIV Golf postponed its Louisiana tournament from late June 2026 to the American autumn, while ABC initially reports it as postponed but later clarifies only the Louisiana event was affected, not Virginia. The Guardian reports Cameron Smith has been given every assurance LIV will continue beyond 2026, while ABC emphasizes uncertainty remains and Smith's future is still under discussion with management. ABC mentions LIV Golf's total spending is projected to exceed $6 billion by the end of 2026, while The Guardian states it has spent approximately $5 billion since 2022 without specifying the 2026 total. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian. Story 2 of 7. Deadly hantavirus outbreak on cruise ship MV Hondius in 2026. Deadly hantavirus outbreak on cruise ship MV Hondius in 2026. Here's what every outlet agrees on. The cruise ship MV Hondius is at the center of a hantavirus outbreak with at least 3 deaths, a Dutch couple and a German national, and 8 suspected cases, 5 confirmed, as of May 2026. The ship departed from Ushuaia, Argentina, on the 1st of April, 2026, on a 43-night Atlantic Odyssey cruise with stops in Antarctica and remote Atlantic islands. The first fatality was a 70-year-old Dutch man who died on the 11th of April, 2026, and his body was disembarked on 24 April at St. Helena. The ship was denied docking permission in Cape Verde due to the outbreak, and it is now heading to Tenerife, Canary Islands, Spain, where it is expected to dock around the 11th of May, 2026. The World Health Organization, WHO, has confirmed the Andes strain of hantavirus, which can spread among humans through close contact, and has assessed the public health risk as low. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian reports 29 passengers disembarked at St. Helena on the 24th of April, while Newscomau states 30 passengers disembarked on the same date, with 2 nationalities unknown. The Guardian states the ship has 149 people on board, 126 passengers and 23 crew, while ABC and Newscomau mention 149 people total but do not specify the exact breakdown of passengers and crew. The Guardian reports that the ship departed from Ushuaia on the 1st of April, while ABC and Newscomau mention the ship departed in late March, with the exact date varying slightly. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, news.com.au, and SBS News. Story 3 of 7. Indonesia's Mount Dukono volcanic eruption traps hikers, causes deaths and injuries. Indonesia's Mount Dukono volcanic eruption traps hikers, causes deaths and injuries. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Mount Dukono erupted on the 8th of May, 2026 at 7:41 local time, sending ash 10 kilometers 6 miles into the sky. The eruption occurred on Halmahera Island in North Maluku Province, Indonesia. The area around Mount Dukono's Malapang Warirang crater had been closed to visitors since the 17th of April, 2026 due to increased volcanic activity. Indonesia's volcanology agency, PVMBG, had warned since December 2025 that tourists and climbers should avoid coming within 4 kilometers (2.5 miles) of the crater. The eruption was accompanied by a booming sound and a thick smoke column rising from the summit. But not all outlets told the same story. ABC reports 20 hikers are trapped with no confirmed injuries, while The Guardian reports 3 dead, 10 missing, and 5 injured. ABC states the alert status is at the 3rd highest level, while The Guardian says it is at level 2 of Indonesia's 4-tiered system. ABC mentions no immediate travel disruptions, while The Guardian notes potential risks to transportation services due to ash distribution. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian. Story 4 of 7. ARN Media's financial and legal fallout from axing Kyle and Jackie O show. ARN Media's financial and legal fallout from axing Kyle and Jackie O show. Here's what every outlet agrees on. ARN Media lost $26 million in advertising revenue due to the termination of the Kyle and Jackie O show, with $22 million attributed to brand safety concerns from advertisers. Kylie Sandilands and Jackie Henderson were under a combined $200 million contract over 10 years, with $20 million each annually. The Kyle and Jackie O show was terminated after an on-air argument on February 20, 2026, where Sandilands called Henderson off with the fairies and almost unworkable. ARN Media's metro radio revenue fell by $28.3 million to $147.3 million in 2025-26, with regional advertising down $5.3 million. ARN Media's share price has plunged around 52% over the past 12 months, to around 26 cents per share. But not all outlets told the same story. The ABC states the $26 million loss in advertising revenue is due to brand safety concerns, while The Guardian specifies $22 million of that drop was directly tied to advertisers pulling ads over brand safety issues, with the remaining $4.4 million attributed to national advertisers. The ABC reports the $26.4 million loss in revenue is for 2025-26, while The Guardian also references this figure but does not explicitly state the financial year, though both align on the $26 million range. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian. Story 5 of 7. Richard Dawkins claims AI like Claude is conscious, sparking debate on AI sentience and ethics. Richard Dawkins claims AI like Claude is conscious, sparking debate on AI sentience and ethics. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Richard Dawkins wrote an article concluding that Claude AI, which he calls Claudia, is conscious, published on UN Herd. Dawkins interacted with Claude AI and OpenAI's ChatGPT over 3 days in early May 2026, describing the experience as feeling like a relationship with a human. Gary Marcus, a scientist and AI author, criticized Dawkins for conflating intelligence with consciousness, stating there is no reason to think that Claude feels anything at all. Anil Seth, a neuroscientist, compared attributing consciousness to AI to seeing faces in clouds, calling it an illusion. Dawkins described Claude's responses as so subtle, so sensitive, so intelligent, and said he felt he had gained a new friend after conversations. But not all outlets told the same story. The ABC article implies Dawkins' conclusion about AI consciousness is beside the point due to AI's corporate and addictive nature, while The Guardian frames it as a serious philosophical debate worth engaging with. The ABC focuses on AI as a tool for corporate productivity and profit, whereas The Guardian emphasizes the ethical and moral rights implications of attributing consciousness to AI. The ABC cites Perplexity AI's response to whether LLMs provide love, quoting Claude Sonnet 4.5's detailed reply about companionship and validation, while The Guardian does not mention this specific exchange. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian. Story 6 of 7. Australia's in-home childcare sector faces collapse due to wage rises and funding exclusion. Australia's in-home childcare sector faces collapse due to wage rises and funding exclusion. Here's what every outlet agrees on. The Australian Home Childcare Association, AHCA, surveyed 23 in-home care operators serving 810 families, finding 31% at risk of closure, 72% of families reducing hours or withdrawing, and 77% of operators reporting educator departures or reduced hours. In-home care providers have been excluded from the government's 15% wage subsidy for childcare workers, which is staged, 5% in March 2026, another 5% in July 2026, forcing them to pass costs to families. The government's childcare subsidy rate for low-income families was lifted to 90%, but in-home care providers lack eligibility for the worker retention payment, unlike center-based operators. Families using in-home care include those with children undergoing serious illness, e.g., leukemia, remote residents, shift workers, or child protection orders, totaling around 800 families nationally. Early Childhood Education Minister Jess Walsh acknowledged in-home care's importance but stated the government is working with the sector without committing to extending the wage subsidy. But not all outlets told the same story. The ABC states the AHCA found 77% of operators reported educators given reduced hours or had left, while The Guardian reports a 30% reduction in hours across the sector without specifying the percentage of operators affected. The ABC claims not a single childcare operator in-home care says they are financially viable, while The Guardian states nearly 1 in 3, 31%, are at risk of closure, implying some may still be viable. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian. Story 7 of 7. U.S. Supreme Court ruling forces Trump to refund $231 billion in illegal tariffs. U.S. Supreme Court ruling forces Trump to refund $231 billion in illegal tariffs. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Refund checks for Trump's $166 billion $231 billion reciprocal tariffs will start flowing next week, with total refunds potentially topping $174 billion due to accrued interest, 4.5% or 6% depending on shipment size. The tariffs were imposed on April 2, 2025, and were dubbed Liberation Day by Trump. Nearly 90% of the tariffs cost was borne by U.S. companies and consumers, not foreign exporters, according to a study. Companies like Walmart, $10 billion, Target, $2 billion, Nike, $1 billion, Home Depot, $500 million, Ford, $1.3 billion, and General Motors, $500 million, are among the largest beneficiaries of the refunds. Apple is owed between $2.5 billion and $3.3 billion in refunds. But not all outlets told the same story. The articles are identical in content and do not contain any contradictions. This story was covered by Sydney Morning Herald and The Age.